Hi, welcome to Smoky Paul and Silk TV. Another quick video on the Sinnis Terrain 125 Euro 5 model. Sorry I've been away for a while, been really busy with my new job. So I thought we'd do just a quick catch-up video on some simple tasks that you'll need to do on your Sinnis 125. First one being front brake pads. Always make sure you're checking them and cleaning them and keeping them serviceable. We're going to change some brake pads now, so I'll quickly take you through that. First thing, you need your 5mm Allen key. Undo this bottom screw, and that would be quite tight, but so undo it first and loosen him off. You'll get a bit of crud out there if it's the first time, so we're going to put some copper slip on that to protect it. So undo that. Okay, that's the important one, because if you take your brake caliper off and you leave that in, you'll find that quite difficult. Next one, simple, just come around the other side. This is with your 6mm Allen key. Just undo the top pivot bolt and we'll just whip him out. Okay. Come back to this side. And a quick wriggle. Take that cover off. Then actually undo the locking bolt that's inside. Again, that's with your 5mm Allen key. There we go, and that's the main pivot pin. Ugh. So we've got everything loosened off there. What we do now, we've loosened everything up off the caliper, we can actually take the caliper off the fork leg. Let's have a good look at it. So we've undone everything for us to be able to service the caliper. Comes and up to it. And here we go. Gently remove the caliper, and there we go. Everything all ready. Pads all loose. We've done the hard work, and here we go. What we'll do now is we're going to clean those. They're the pistons that stick, so if people have had sticky brakes, you can see the dirt build up that's already occurring on those and a bit of rust. So we'll pump those out a little bit and we'll give them a clean. Look, if I pump the brakes slightly, if you can see they're moving, and that enables us to clean them. Right, so I'm going to stop there for a second. I'll be back with you in a minute when I've cleaned those, because you don't want to sit and watch me clean those. Okay, we're back in the room. As you can see, we've cleaned the pistons on the caliper and the retaining spring and everything. That's all lovely and clean. I've made sure that they're moving freely, so do that, pump them in and out and clean. I've used a soft brass brush and some brake cleaner, and that's all you really need to do, and then they'll be nice, and you should be able to push them in nicely by thumb. I put a tiny smear of copper slip on, too much and it will attract dirt and grit and horribleness, just enough though to keep everything lubricated and from hopefully rusting again. So next thing, we got our retainer, so check the sliders clean again, check that's all nice. pop that in, push him home, then we put your brake pads in, and we put the one with the hook in first. That sits in there behind the caliper. That then goes onto the hook pin. That's those retained. And now we put in that nice pin that we took out to start with. A little bit of copper slip on him to stop him from rusting in place. Make sure everything's located nicely. Through he goes. And we use our 5mm Allen key again. We just hold him in place. Nothing's done up tight at this moment, it's all just for holding. So we're lining that all up. That's all looking lovely. Nice gap between the pads, and we shall make sure it's lined up, and then just slide him on. And there we go. What we do now, again, I'm just popping some copper slip on there, loosely put him in. I think it's quite good to put a little bit of copper slip on these, or grease if you've got it, just something to lubricate those threads. The front forks do seem to suffer from corrosion. I've seen a number of them on eBay where the bolts have rusted in and people have snapped them or tried to drill them out unsuccessfully. So here we go. So next job, we should tighten the caliper. So the caliper retainer, they've only got to be nipped up. You don't have to arc weld the things. Again, that won't help when you want to take them off. So that's that. We'll then use our 5mm to tweak the retainer up. Again, tweak, that's all you need. We'll put a little bit of splodge in there, because we were talking about, if you remember, with the little locking cover. There you go, give him a tweak. Wipe off the excess. Okay, so we've tightened there, we've tightened there, we've tightened the pin and the adjuster, we've got the pads in position. All we've got to do now is go around the other side and we lock off the retainer. So around this side. So if you remember, we've got that retainer there. Quick nip. Just remember as well, when you're replacing that back onto the, if you've taken the shaft out to clean it like we did, you will need to make sure it's got two flats on it that locate within that bar. So give him a tweak. We're good to go there. All I do now, pump the brakes, and there we go. New brake pads fitted. No problem at all. Very easy, very nice to do. Just remember that, make sure everything's running freely and the pads are coming on nice. And remember, you've got new pads and you're going to need to bed them in carefully. So there you go. I hope that one helps. So that's an update from us from Smoky Paw on the front brake. All I'll do now is just a quick reminder on the oil and filter change.